Hey, what's going on? So in this video, I kind of wanted to talk about, well, all right. So let's start out with, I think the past couple of videos I've talking about change, growth, and other personal things I've kind of been going through. I think that's kind of this new series of things I'm doing on this channel. It's kind of what I like to talk about now. Other part of this channel forever has always been video games. It's my biggest hobby. It's what I've dedicated a lot of my free time to, and nowadays, pretty much the majority of my free time. And I would say it's really important to me. I'm passionate about it. Not necessarily in the sense that I want to make them or, that I'm like studying them or anything like that. But just I think, spending time with friends, a lot of the memories I've had have all been tied to video games. So to me, I'm passionate about it. And I really do care about it. Yeah, whatever. Maybe it's a little cringe to say, but it's true. It's true. I like doing it. A lot of people, nowadays, who doesn't play, whether it's on your phone or on console PC, whether it's Stardew Valley or Call of Duty, CSGO or League of Legends, Candy Crush or Angry Birds, right? Everyone plays some sort of video games. Or maybe when you were little, you played NES, arcades, Xbox 360, PS1, PS2, whatever, right? I think it's it's a very broad hobby. And pretty much everyone nowadays has done it. And I think one aspect that a lot of people, such as myself, a lot of people around my age group, grew up in was the era of online video games. When I was little, I started playing on the original Xbox and also the Xbox 360, as well as some PC games here and there, but that wasn't until a little bit later. And through that, you meet people that otherwise I don't think you would have met, right? I've met people from all over the world, tens of, maybe even hundreds of different countries. I don't know if I'd say hundreds, but, Europe, Asia, America, South America, whatever, right? A lot of those memories are some of the ones that I've cherished the most. I've been able to talk to people and talk about my own experiences and meet and get to know a lot of people and learn about a lot of things and people because of meeting people on video games. And I guess more so the internet, but through video games, right? My closest friends, all of them, even if I didn't meet them online, one of them, my best friend is someone I went to school with, but we bonded through video games. And if you're my age, you're kind of going through this weird period. If you're my age, which is around, just graduating high school in your 20s, maybe you're in college, maybe you just graduated from college, that general age range, you definitely, I would say, if you're watching this, probably grew up with video games, probably have had online friends, and you definitely have memories that you cherished. And I think one experience that I think you may be noticing is you don't do it anymore, or you don't do it as much. When I was in middle school, I would play Team Fortress 2, Call of Duty, Minecraft for just hours. I have over 2,000 hours in TF2. And if I was willing to bet, I would say I have near triple that in like Minecraft if we're counting Xbox 360, Minecraft Mobile, and Java. At this point, it's thousands, right? And through that, I've had so many great memories and I've met so many people. But now, I think that's slowed down a little bit. Now I pretty much only talk to a select group of people. I'm not really meeting as much new people. I'm playing a very conservative amount of games, maybe ones I've been playing, like I said, Minecraft, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, the ones I've been playing forever, right? I'm not really experimenting a whole lot, Games like Resident Evil 4 just came out. I was really excited for it. I was like, I'm going to buy this. I didn't buy it. I probably won't. Even today, I'm like, if it goes on sale, I'll buy it. I did the same thing with Elden Ring. There are still things I get interested in. Like, I just recently played Devil May Cry. I played 3, 4, and 5, and now it's some of my favorite series. But for the most part, I pretty much stay in my own lane. Unless it's something new like Counter-Strike 2, obviously, because I'm a big Counter-Strike Global Offensive guy, I'm obviously going to play Counter-Strike 2. When Valorant came out, I was pretty into that for a while. Same thing with like Overwatch 2 and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think things have slowed down a little bit. A lot of my friends, they're in college now, or they've even graduated, some of them, and they're in work, working all the time. A big one is significant others, my friend got a girlfriend and now we never get to play anymore type thing, right? I think that's a pretty common one, even if you don't play video games. But I can't play sports with my friends. We can't go out anymore, because they're hanging out with their girlfriend or wife, boyfriend, partner, whatever, right? I think that's the heart of it. You stop getting these new experiences with new people, specifically through video games, because life just demands more from you. Well, like I said, whether it's a job, relationship, and I think a lot of people are starting to realize that. I see a lot of things on TikTok or Twitter about people reminiscing about, I miss the Xbox 360 Minecraft days. I miss playing BO2. New Call of Duty suck now. I miss playing Black Ops 2. And a lot of the time, I would agree, right? Especially with Call of Duty. I think the old Call of Duties are pretty objectively better, especially with like map design. But you gotta think, like, was it really better? Or is that you romanticizing the times you had with your friends? This also isn't a new conversation, right? You've probably heard this a million times as well. But, really, think about it. I don't try to be like, I really try not to be, kids these days type of person. But, man, if I was a kid now, I would be chilling When I first got my laptop that could actually run games, I've had computers before, but they definitely weren't able to run anything that I wanted to. When I first got I got a MacBook Air, I remember. It was in like 2011. And I got a MacBook Air, and I pretty much just played TF2 and CSGO and like Garry's Mod. That's it. That's all I played. And that's because those are a lot of the free games. Counter-Strike and Gmod you had to pay for, but they were like 10, 15 bucks, I think. You know, nowadays, like for example, Roblox has always been a thing, but now, dude, the things that you can do in the Roblox engine, you could not do back then. You know, you got Fortnite, you got Roblox, every game now has some free version of it, like Warzone. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is I think gaming now is definitely better, and I think it's always getting better. You hear a lot of people kind of be all doom and gloom about video games, but I think it's always getting better, right? You can always go back and play those old games. I think the few exceptions would be live service games that the servers are shut down and you can't play anymore, right? But for the most part, you can always go back and play old games, and there's always going to be new games coming out. So I've always had the opinion that gaming is pretty much always just getting better. And I think a lot of people mistake the doom and gloom they have with just not gaining new experiences, not meeting new people. You know, you're not 13 anymore, man. You're 20. You know, you're not 17, just got home from your part-time job. You know, your biggest worry is your math test anymore. Now you have to worry about failing out of college, or, you know, getting fired from your job, or just, you know, having to pay your car payment every month. You know, just little things like that. Life just starts demanding more of you, and I think a lot of people mistake life, just, you know, becoming an adult, to, man, taking back to the old days. You know, I think that's a bad mindset to have. But I would be a hypocrite if I sat here and said, sometimes I don't think about it. I think about it a lot. I really do. I've been thinking of making a video like this forever, and I always wanted to make sure it was right. You know, I always was trying to like script it or do something like that, which is why I'm here. This video might sound a little disorganized. That's because I'm just going off the cuff, because I couldn't really find a way to pinpoint it down to a specific topic. But I've been wanting to make this for a long time, and that's because there was one time, this was a couple years ago, I was playing Minecraft, and Minecraft for a long time was my big game, right? we would always be playing realms or servers, you know, whatever it be, with my friends, with a large group of friends, whether it's on Skype or Discord, Xbox Live, right? I was in the Nether, and I remember that this was around the time they added new music to the Nether, I believe. Not the newest ones, a little bit before that. And it's this very bassy, very kind of overwhelming. Maybe I'll edit it in while I'm talking about it, just so you can kind of get the vibe. And I started not crying, but I teared up a little bit. I got that kind of that pit in your stomach, right? Of like, man, you know, I used to play this with my friends all the time, and now I'm I'm alone, just playing by myself, right? It doesn't mean I can't ask. Like, I could definitely message people, but it's that realization, I think. You know, it's not something you always think about, but then you get like that jolt of like, oh wow, I'm not 12 anymore. Like, oh my god, like I have like work tomorrow, or I have to write a paper and hope I get a good grade on it tomorrow. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, you know. That's just how things are, you know. That's what happens when you get older, and that's also something that everyone is going through, whether it's in some form or another. I think we have a tendency to look at what other people are doing and compare ourselves to it. Like, oh, dude, man, I'm just sitting here playing video games in my 20s while this other person has this successful business or is doing so well in school, and etc. And I think that's really damaging. Because it's like, no, we all got stuff going on. Life is constantly demanding more from us. And that's okay, you know? It doesn't make you less or better than anyone because you're experiencing more in life. It's like, nah, dude, just shit happens. I have friends now that are off doing way more successful stuff than I am. I haven't talked to them in 5 years, and sometimes it kind of makes me feel like shit. You know, at the end, like really, if I put it into perspective, like, what am I, like, is it gonna help me to sit here and mope around about it? No, I'm just gonna focus on, like, what I like to do, whether it's something small or whether it's my, you know, major lifetime goals. Or whether that's even finding out what I want to do with my life, right? Maybe you don't know what you want to do, and you're still, you know, you're sitting here stressing about it because you don't know what you want to do. And that's okay. I think this can also be tied into my last video about growth and change. It's that people, you're always growing. Right now, I'm definitely in a transitionary period of my life. Right now, I have a lot of decisions I got to make, you know. What I want to do for the rest of my life is a big one, right? Like, do I want to dedicate my time to this job or this university and study this education or do this and that? And because of that, I'm thinking about a lot of these things, right? I'm thinking about, you know, the fact I'm not 13 anymore. I'm not playing Minecraft. You know, I'm not queuing up 1v1s in Black Ops 2. You know, I'm not at home just waiting to get out of school anymore. I'm thinking about bigger stuff, more important stuff, more daunting things that stress me out. It's easy to get overwhelmed, but I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think this video kind of turned into a bit of a therapy session for me and a bit of rambling. But I think I kind of just wanted to talk about people in my situation, which I think there's a lot of them, right? Teens and kids and teens who grew up in the online gaming space, who spend all day playing video games, and now I think life's demanding more of them, right? I think that's a pretty common archetype of person nowadays, especially my age. And I think it's cool to kind of talk about it and to maybe give clarity to people that are also going through that type of phase in their life and want to hear someone else talk about it, right? And to just point out that like it's normal. It's not a bad thing, right? Everyone's going through it. And even if you're not playing video games, maybe you played sports all day, or maybe you're really into one thing that you used to share with a large group of people and now you're not doing anything, or maybe it doesn't seem like you're doing anything. Whatever. It's all overwhelming. That just happens when you get older. And it's going to keep happening. But it just depends on how you deal with it, how you cope with it, finding joy in the journey rather than this mystical destination that you're maybe not even sure of yet, and maybe you won't even reach. There's a good chance you won't reach it. That's basically just kind of what I want to say. And maybe I'm talking to myself. Maybe I'm just talking into a mirror right now that happens to be a shitty microphone and a computer. But I don't know. I just thought this would be kind of a interesting thing to air out a little bit. Again, no script, no nothing. I never script these ones anymore. Maybe I'll write notes. I have some notes written down. I didn't even look at it. I just kind of started talking. Thanks to y'all for watching. I think that's it. I was going to say, leave a comment, but I don't know. If you did watch this far, I guess leave a comment, like it. That'd mean the world to me. Yeah. See you guys.